Okay, so I literally just finished playing Killzone 3. I would have the credit music playing in the background right now, but it's copyrighted, and I want to be able to monetize this video, so sorry about that. But my thoughts on the plot and the ending of Killzone 3 is that they were good. They weren't great, but they were good. And that means something coming from me, because I'm not a first-person shooter fan at all. You know, Call of Duty, I do not play them. I play them at friends' houses, but I do not really like them that much. I'm just not a first-person shooter type of guy. And especially, the main reason I'm like that is because the plots of first-person shooters tend to completely suck. Some notable exceptions. I don't mind the plot in Resistance too much. But getting back to Killzone, Killzone's plot in Killzone 2 was pretty much the weakest point. I've played Killzone 2 and 3. Having just finished Killzone 3, I have to say I liked the ending and I liked the plot. I liked it more than Killzone 2. But I feel like the plot and the ending were like an 8 out of 10. But I feel like they could have been a 9 out of 10 or a 9.5 out of 10 even, if they had simply fixed one thing. Now, at the end of the game, they try to make you have this sort of moral quandary, this moral conundrum that you have to figure out for yourself as a gamer. Because your actions in the game, without giving away anything, without any spoilers, at the end of Killzone 3, a lot of people die. A lot of people. And you're supposed to feel kind of bad, like, oh, you know, wasn't there another way? You know, wasn't there another thing other than the very last action in the game, you know, that caused so many people to die for people who played the game? You know, wasn't there something else you could have done? You know, because this is horrible. So many people had to die in this war and whatever. You know, wasn't there another way? But I don't really find myself asking that too much. That's what the game developers want you to ask, and they make it clear from the way they end the game. But that's not what I end up asking. I end up saying, well, you know, there wasn't really any other way to do this, because the Helghast are just a warrior race. You know, it seemed completely inevitable to me, the ending to this game. You know, maybe not in the exact way that it happened, but something like that seemed inevitable. Because the Helghast are just such a warrior race. And the thing that I think they could have fixed that would have made the plot and the ending especially a whole lot more powerful is at some point they should have shown a Helghast civilian. The lack of civilians makes it seem like the Helghast are all just aggressors. You know, even if maybe Earth were the bad guys in the beginning. Like, I haven't played Killzone 1, but I know the backstory. You know, maybe because we sent them to this hellhole on the other side of space, you know, you could view the people of Earth or Vetka as being the bad guys. But that all goes out the window by the time Killzone 2 comes around, because at this point, they're the violent ones, they're the aggressors, they've become a complete warrior race. And even then you could argue they were forced into it in Killzone 2. Okay, fine. But by Killzone 3, again, without any spoilers, they're planning something major. And you can't just let them do that. They're planning something so huge that would kill billions of people. And you can't just let them do that. They seem like the bad guys at this point. They basically become Nazis. You know, you see them torturing their prisoners. You see them basically setting up death camps where people are brought out and experimented on with their new weaponry. So without the civilian aspect of Helghan culture, I guess you could call it, the Helghast seem very one-dimensional. They just seem like a warrior race. They only seem like the aggressors. And you really don't feel too bad about how the game ends. So that's my thoughts about the weakness of the game and the plot in Killzone. You know, if you questioned more whether you were really the good guys, or whether you could have done something differently, that would make the game a heck of a lot stronger. And that's what the game developers are going for. But I question what I suspect is their conscious decision not to include any A, female Helghasts, and B, civilian Helghasts. Or Helghan, whatever the plural is. You know, I think they did it on purpose, because it seems very deliberate. You know, you would think there would be a civilian at some point popping up in the games. But, I mean, even their industrial leaders are basically part of the military. And I feel like this is a great weakness of the game, because you have absolutely no feeling for this culture of torturous, murdering, basically psychopaths. That's what they come out looking like. So you have absolutely no feeling for them whatsoever.